Hey folks, and welcome back for some more True Survival in Space Engineers, and your sleepy host is here. What's going on here? It looks like I messed up with my settings. No, they're fine. Okay, well, so for those who first time here, let me remind you what's going on here. Firstly, that's a true space engineer survival because all the blocks are opened, all the missions are finished before this series, and now we're just trying to survive, trying to build bases, build different shenanigans and stuff like that. So far we had base on a Verdure, somewhere there, I believe. Also, we built a huge ship that delivered us here on a Chemic, and it's somewhere on orbit, whatever. Important stuff for today is that we find this cave. It's enormous. It's real big, and I'm gonna build a base inside of it. That's not gonna be a small project. That's not gonna be a fast project. It's yeah, just as always, my typical stuff. You know, I'm gonna build something huge, hopefully beautiful, but probably ugly. But yeah, we'll see. And also, I did find that this salty part is actually not a great color scheme for that stuff. It looks awful. So later on, I probably gonna change it. But last time we finished when I was about to weld up the mule, and we have it. Also, we have all the resources shoveled here. A lot of iron, a lot of silicon, a lot of stuff like that. So it looks like we are ready. What I want to do though is to change our plan a little bit, because initial plan was to have all the vehicle parking spots outside and storage on a first level of our base, on the first floor, or zero floor, probably. That's going to be a correct name for it. But I think, considering the enormous size of this space, I think that on a zero floor we're gonna have a parking lots inside. I mean, if I can make my life hard, why should I make it easier? Yeah. And also, I'm about to save as much these abominations and build it in a structure of the base as possible. So yeah, with that said, let's go. Firstly, we need to shape the gate of our further hangar or garage, whatever you want to call it. So let's start, shall we? Because I don't have a lot of resources, I want to build from half block as much as possible, and then we'll see. So for that part, I think we shall go like that, and then maybe let me take a look on this angle. It doesn't look like 45, does it? It mostly looks like 30-degree angle. So if I go something like that, and then something like this, something like that, yeah, we definitely go inside, and I wanna achieve somewhere around this point as close as possible. Okay, well, what if we try these guys? Something like that. Come on, let's move there. That's closer, but I probably want to move it something like that. Alright. To have a little bit of outer shape, you know, before we go deeper. Okay. That works. And that works real nice here. Oh, wait a second. Considering we don't need all that space and we don't need to make it that thin, I believe we can reuse something like that. Probably this variation. Does it look okay-ish here? Well, it does. Okay. So let's put the second one like that. Now we need you. Here we go. That's the shape we are looking for here. Okie dokie. And also we have less block, that's always less blocks. That's always a good stuff. Okay, if we shape it like that, will that be enough to comfortably fly inside? Let's take a look. Well, that barely covers our parrot, so we probably have to go at least few more blocks to the sides. Okay. So where are cheap blocks? We're gonna play cheap bastards today. Something like that. I obviously gonna cover that stuff somehow later on, but maybe one more, you know. And we're definitely gonna flatten this area if we wanna use it. Yeah, that should be it. That should be the case. That should be the shape we are looking for here. Okay, let's put these bastards. What I believe we should do first is solve our storage somehow, which means we have to start from the top. Yeah, we definitely have to start from the top. From the second layer, I mean. Okay, in terms of height, it should be enough to fit any fat ass here, which means we can go like that. Good. Then, if I put something like this, that will look silly, does it? But something like that should be good. Yep. Okay. Obviously, I will wanna have a glass here or stuff like that. Maybe 2 more levels. Actually, let's outline that. Why not? Oops, I believe we can do it. Yep, something like that. In which position? I don't like glass to be half buried under the stone because that looks as silly as it can. So we probably have to start somewhere here and maybe even... Yeah, actually like that, why not? So if we place the first level here and then... Come on. Something like this. It's not into that stone yet, and it looks kinda okay-ish. Then we might as well go like this and put few of those here and there to kinda shape that stuff. Yep, but nope. It looks not good here. I mean, it's clearly a ladder and I don't like this connection point in between of them. So let me quickly replace it with still these ones. That's gonna be our rib here to... Wait a second. Ah, I see. So I cannot feed them like this nicely because we're losing height here. Or maybe I can just refill it with something later. Yeah, that will be alright. That will be alright. Key. Come on, put this block. Alright, that looks like a face of our base. How much space up we did utilized? Something like third, no more. Isn't it? It is. Alright, in this case, I believe we can go one level higher. Can we actually go one level higher? Let me double check. You bloody bastard. Can you please fit somewhere here? Ah, shit. Yep, and that's as close to the ground as we can go. Good. That actually solves a lot of problem for us. Okay, dokie. So now we can go like this. And that might be too much glass. I might want to replace the middle section with another reinforcement or not. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. That stuff gonna go here. Ouch. Now, this stuff gonna go here and like that. And like this. It's real flat. We can think about that later, but that's okay. Now we used something like 40% of the height of this cave, which is good, which I really like. Alright, let's extend the floor here and think about...
Suit energy low.
Oh, seriously, suit energy low. And think about maybe having... I mean, where our actual storage gonna be. Okay, we have the floor like that. I like to start with a few big containers, like these ones. And I like to put them a little bit deeper, maybe in this orientation. Like 1, 2, something like that. Or maybe not that close to the window, but somewhere here. Is it gonna be okay to put it inside the mountain? Yeah, it might be okay. Alright. Now, what do we need? We need our conveyors, of course, and they shall be... yeah, somewhere here. Okie dokie. Not these conveyors. That ones. Okay. It should be roughly somewhere here. Yep, it is somewhere here. Good. So, let's go and connect them. Seriously, where is that corner? Here it is. Okay. Let's go and connect them something like that. Yep, it should be roughly about here. Okie dokie. Now, for that part, we're definitely gonna need T. Probably in this orientation. Okie dokie. And now we need to go temporarily that way to connect it here. But later on, we're gonna go this way because I think our parking spot's gonna be placed in this area, in this place. For the opposite side, I don't know yet what we're gonna do there, but we'll figure that out later. Okay. Do I want a T here or just a... yeah, I probably want a T here because, you know, we might for some time have connection both sides, so I shouldn't bother. Aha. And just for the sake of beauty, you know, I know that that's about to be temporary connection, but I really want to make it beautiful, so we're gonna hide it under somewhere here. Okay. Shit. I'm using that precious stuff, which I shouldn't, because, you know. Yeah, not like that, but like this. Come on, like that. Here we're probably not gonna fit. Yeah, of course. So something like this, and here we need to turn. To turn firstly that way, and then something like this way. And it looks already like we're not gonna have it in the right place. So firstly we need a big conveyor here, the full one. And no, I want it lower. Why are you trying to put it all the way there? Because in this case I believe we can connect to that stuff, can't we? We cannot, because it's moved down. Shit. Wait a second. That stuff should have the same exact part on the bottom. Can I detach it? Does it connect it somewhere? Yeah, it connected through that. So what I might do here is to remove this block and put a connection on its bottom. That's interesting. Did I screw up these connections already? I mean, because that's real easy in Space Engineers to screw up that stuff and find yourself eventually with the whole projection disconnected from the main base. But I think we're gonna learn that soon. Probably even sooner than I wish. Okay, now we need to connect it somehow here. Ouch. Does it? Okay, at least in one orientation. It is not. Shit. How? How is that bloody possible? I see how is that possible. Probably I see how is that possible. Yeah, because I can't put this block in a correct orientation, in correct position, I mean. Such a bastard. Wait a second, let me quickly fix that up. Okay, you're gonna go like that. And now. It's early morning on my end, and that's my excuse. Okie dokie. Like that, and now it should go all the way down. Like this, like that, and here we obviously need few of those. And even maybe one of these. No. No. These ones. Seriously. Here we go. Alright. It feels like about time to weld at least one of those top containers. And what? Shit. Alrighty. Wait a second. I screwed up that stuff again. Just following the name of the team. Okay. So now, can I do something like that, something like this, and finally something like that? That should be the case. Okay, now I need as much iron as I can because we're gonna build a lot of stuff here. And this time I'm gonna go from that position. Yeah, just to be double sure that it's all one grid and everything's gonna be alright. We might consider go the way that I'm gonna just put a few resources in a component.
Inventory full.
Not all of them, just to save resources and save our flight for them, for flying work. But, you know, for now, I kinda wanna that container, and I want it badly. So let's do that. Here we go. Looks cool. I mean, I liked... Oh, by the way, let's check the connection.
Inventory.
And it is connected. Great. Alright, we've got the first container already, which is real good. Come on, let's build everything. Ooh. It's gonna be nice to have an assembly or smelter, yeah, to speed up our building process a little bit. Shit, we need assembly here because heavy duty plates, you know. And since I thought to use our third level as a production and fourth one as a living space, it looks like I have to outline it. Shit. Alright, well, let's play that silly game and at least put those guys in a position. Like that, like this, like that. I mean, scaffold them. Come on. That might be not too silly idea to scaffold this stuff also. Just to keep stuff connected. And be double sure that game not gonna screw me over with all these projections later on, as it did on a ship. And of course these two. Good. Everything in one grid now in this way. Now let's go higher. I hope that's not gonna be a problem for these windows, but we'll see. I believe we'll see. We'll learn that together. Here we go. Now, for the next floor, do we want to go the same exact approach with that rib across, or we might hide it underneath of that stuff like that? You see, it's not on the top of that angle, but inside it in this case. Yeah, I think that might be the case. That might be the case. We need to do something like that. And then, come on. Yep, something like... Actually, why not? Something like this. About windows, we're probably gonna think later on how we're gonna cover that stuff with windows. because for now I'm mostly worried about our productions. And what is that? What is that? Ah, that's H2O2. That's not what we're looking for here. What we do looking for here is that guy, our little smelter, just to speed up the process, you know. And I think we can put them in something like that orientation. Come on. Here we go. One of them there. That's assembly. Yeah, that's the stuff we badly need here. The thing is, the thing is that I should work with that conveyor stuff first. And if I disconnected somewhere here, that would be not a good thing. Alright, in this case, we can just... Ouch. Just do something like that. And have one more T that's gonna go up, because, you know, I don't want to screw up these connections between floors. Alright, what if... And it's screwed up already, by the look of it. Or is it not? It is not. Huh. Interesting. Interesting, but great. What I wanna do probably is remove few of those. Put these guys here all the way. And cover them with these guys. Like that. That would be real nice. Yeah, in a correct orientation, obviously. Like that. Yeah, that is a way to go. And now I need to put where was that? This guy inside again. Okay, let's put it first. We can't go any further here, but we know, I mean, we knew that this guy can be put all the way here. Does it have a connection on the bottom? It has, but on the opposite side. Okay, that doesn't worry me a lot. Or even like this. Yeah, that might be a good spot for it. Nice. For that place, we probably need T to place our smelter on its top. Yep, let's go with T here. I always lose that connection. How I can be such an unorganized person? Alright, that shall work there. Now our smelter, something like this orientation, good. Okay, let's weld up that stuff, but first let's grab some energy. And of course it's dark already. It shouldn't surprise you. That's quite a standard thing for us. Okay, energy back. Yep, let's weld up our conveyor. Looks so silly. Okie dokie. We might think about that a little bit later. Is it silly or is it not? By the way, that's an interesting question. Do we have sorters? I mean, they probably are not non-functional, but do we have them as a block? That's interesting. We have sorters. I'm just curious how it's gonna look. Let me put it here temporarily. I'm gonna weld it up later on and try to learn how it looks. Okay, so with that stuff welded up, we now should be able to put these guys in place. Like that, this, that, and that. And they need those to basically connect two pieces in place, while the main plane is actually divided by conveyor line. We obviously cannot connect conveyor line to these parts without screwing them over. No. Why are you like that? Ah, shit. Typical stuff, typical me. One more time. Come on. Put it here. Can you? What prevents you? Okay, that's it. But it should be lower, like that. Ah, yeah, we cannot put it there because there is a connector. I see. I see what you're up to. Bloody stuff. Okay, but what if we put it like that? Is it leveled now? It is leveled. Great. Now we can finally finish that abomination. Aha. But to do this, we need to weld at least these ones. Come on. Just a little bit, not much. One steel plate at block. Yeah, that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it. Those ones, though, I'd prefer to weld fully, just in case. Come on. Good. And let's outline that part, shall we? I don't have resources on me anymore. That outlining takes a lot of resources. Well, the reason probably is a scale. Okay, so that guy shall be connected from this position. So what we're gonna do is let's go like that. Remove this, remove that, remove that. Now, here we need just a L-shaped stuff, while there we need T again. Yeah, like that. Come on. Yep, and that means that firstly we need to weld them up. And secondly, cover that stuff. Where is that? Come on. You can put it there, I know. Like this. Good. It's gonna be nice, of course, to cover it somehow. I mean, at least on the top here. But I think we can work that around with these guys. Come on. Yeah, something like that might be not too silly. Here we go. Now we need to weld up this guy. And let me switch to resources. We don't have enough anything, and we're gonna need gold for it. Key-ish. Let's shovel that stuff first. Silicon and nickel. Probably, I mean, maybe we can put that stuff also. Let's grab something like that and something like this. And see... We had gold somewhere around. We need a little bit more nickel. We had gold somewhere around, but... So, we are missing gold now. I see. Okay, in this case, we shall grab our Sally part, salty part actually, not Sally and not silly, and try find some gold around. But to do that, I wanna enjoy the nice view, so let me do something like that, and I probably prefer to have morning. Come on, show me a morning. Thanks a lot. Okie dokie. Yeah, I definitely need to change its color. I don't like its color at all. Wait a second. I had a silly idea. You see, these markers are not that great and I don't like them because firstly they're seen from a lot of space and like this RSU. I don't want to see them that far away. Those ones are also, I mean, they are good as a backup, but they're not great as a main thing. So what I want to do, I want to produce a little blueprint with some light to see it at night, with some antenna to kind of see it from a large distance, and with some little battery. So let me try to outline it right here. That's a battery big enough, but wait a second, we shall start from these blocks because that's how game gonna put it in place. And okay, firstly we need to go new grid, and we need to go alignment to gravity. Yep, gravity aligned. Okay, it does that, and I don't think that we need it that high. So we're gonna just put a small battery here on its top. Then we need an antenna somewhere here. We need a light, something like that. Oh, and it's gonna be nice to have a button here to access it, because I probably want to change antenna name or stuff like that later. Okay, what do we need to weld it up? Some iron and some silicon by the look of it. Good. Let's grab something like 1,000 of that and 1,000 of that. That shall do the trick for us. Now, welding it up. What I wanna learn is how long this battery gonna stay with all these things. Let's take a look in our battery. Current output 0. Wait, what? Neither antenna nor light actually consume power? Well, that's good for this implementation, of course, but in general, that's madness. All right. Anyways, I wanna replace it. Rename it as resource beacon. Beacon. My goodness, I can't type today, sorry. Sorry, let me double check. Yeah, I thought that something went wrong here. That's it. All right, resource beacon it says, and let's make a blueprint of it. Save it like this. And what I think we might do is to place it on a 8 toolbar like that. That's a cool stuff in Space Engineers too, that we can put blueprints on a toolbar and then use it as we want. From here though, let me firstly check. So it took about 200 of iron and less than 50 of silicon. That's good to know. So let's grab those. And I wanna mark all of our stuff, all of our resources on this planet with these beacons. That's gonna be real nice. And if eventually we run out of space, I mean, of battery here, I mean, when can fix that thing. Why I grabbed this guy? We're not gonna drill anything right now. We're gonna find for resources, so we need a salty part. Not this guy. Oh shit. My goodness, I wanna work in gravity so bad. Okay, it should be somewhere here. Yep, ready to park. Good. Now, you. Let's go. And let's mark our nearest known resources first. We shall have it somewhere here. So we have nickel here. Good. Where is that hole that I dig for me previously? I don't know. Whatever. Let's mark it right here. Okie dokie. Come on. So we need that stuff. No. This stuff. Key. Floating object. Some stuff gonna be generated. Why can't I... E... It rotates in a very, very strange manner. Alright, well... At least it looks okay-ish, you know? So, since that's nickel, we're gonna rename that stuff nickel mine. Good. Show message on, and for our interior light we're gonna go with a yellowish color and maximum brightness to see it at night. Good. Nickel marked. Why is this better than GPS? That's because when we fly out of it like more than 10 kilometers, it's gonna disappear and not bother our screen. Alright, yeah, we had something else somewhere here. I can't remember clearly where, but there was a different resource. Copper, exactly. Come on, move your ass. Okay, dokie. It doesn't seem like we mine it at all. Okay, dokie. So, one more beacon somewhere here. Yeah. Copper, we should go a little bit different color. Of course, it's gonna be similar, it's gonna be still yellowish, but that's fine. So, copper mine, show that. Interior light. Yeah, that looks as copper for me. You might disagree with that judgment, but for me it is. All right, we had something else somewhere here. That's the same exact nickel. Oh, iron mine. Right here. We're probably gonna run out of this iron pretty soon. And yep. That should, come on, give us interesting stuff of moving these beacons along this thing. Okay. That might be on our way eventually, but you know, I wanna believe that it will be okay-ish. Okay. So that's our iron mine. Okay, and interior light obviously gonna be as rare as possible because that's iron. Good. Now, what are we looking for here? Oh, cobalt. Yeah, that definitely was marking. One more copper. We're not gonna mark it. I wanna have one beacon for each resource. So cobalt, we're gonna go like that, like this, and put it somewhere here. Don't say that I run out of iron. Seriously? Do we have anything in this guy? Of course we do not. What's easy? Fortunate here is that we have that iron mine real close, like 600 meters. So let's go just grab some. And I think saying some, I mean something around 2000. Should be good. Okie dokie. Iron, let's grab it. We don't need a lot, just a few bits and pieces, you know, to keep us going with these beacons. Here we go. Any beats on the bottom? No.
Inventory full.
Actually, we have it, but our inventory full already, which is a huge surprise, to be honest. So let's unload it. And now I have a question. Firstly, where is the piece? Ah, here it is. It's just 20. Seriously? Alright. And the second question is, why all this stuff never been used
Inventory full.
during building my beacons? Interesting. Let me check one thing real quick. Because it looks like that if we switch to resources, it's not gonna use components by default. And that's not good. Oh, okay, come on. Could you please make plate? Yeah, like that. Oh, interesting. So, what do I have in my inventory? I have electronic parts, tubes, and construction components. For that guy, we need what? Electronic parts and construction components. How many I have? 7 and 18. Let's double check. 7 and 18. It doesn't use them. Shit. But now it's gonna use it first. That's bullshittery, let's be honest here. It should use all the components first anyways. Alright, that's our cobalt. which means we're gonna go like cobalt, mine. Light gonna be blue-ish, like that. Good. Okay, and now we finally can go and look for some gold for us. The stuff that we actually need here. One more cobalt. That's not interesting. Oh, what are you doing? What was that? How we end up having that much drag? Almost crashed that ship. Not good. Okay, iron, silicon, iron. A lot of iron here, to be honest. Oh, by the way, I believe we never marked silicon. Let's do that real quick while we're here. Okie dokie. What the f... I mean, that was a light top. Interesting. That's interesting problem, by the way, that I seen a lot with Space Engineers too, that we have some speed at which our ship basically immune to any damage. But also, if this speed is exceeded, we're gonna lose blocks completely. Not damage, not something like that, just lose them as a whole. And that's not good. That's punishing behavior of the game. At least I believe so. Okay, that's silicon, which means it's gonna be white. Antenna, silicon, mine. Show the message, interior light, white all the way. On brightness. Good. Alright, let's try to not destroy this vehicle at least. I mean, we damaged it already. But let's do our best to not destroy it. At least. Okie dokie. Then, where we might look for... What the fuck is that? Why we have that much drag? Silicon... Iron, more iron. Nickel. Iron. Iron. It looks like I am trying to find gold in a wrong place. I mean, on these flats, we're probably gonna have... Ah, shit. This side drag just make me crazy. Yeah, on these flats, we're probably gonna have just the simplest resources, not the complex ones. So, and actually, let me get rid of all the GPS markers for caves. Yeah, best one we're gonna leave as it is. But for that ones, we're gonna get rid of them. Here we go. Now, let's take a look on somewhere here. Iron again, iron, cobalt, doesn't look pretty so far. Ooh, chromium, wait a second, that was marking. Chromium, iron, magnesium, good. So we have chromium here and we have magnesium a little bit lower. key. Oh, no. That's too far. That's way too far. That's better. I don't want to waste a lot of resources on that stuff. Come on. Like this, like that, and like that. Chromium. Mine. We're gonna use like this, and interior light. What color should I go? Probably... yeah, something like that. Gray. Yeah. It's not gonna be a bright color, is it? Okay, anyways. At least we have that antenna. Now let's mark magnesium here. And yeah, higher in the mountains we have better resources. I mean, not just better, but more complex. Key. One more beacon. Something like that. Good. Magnesium. Which color are magnesium? Huh? Magnesium mine. It's also kinda whitish. Let's make it bluish. Why not? I don't know why. Just because. Just because I want. And I can. Okay. Gold. Let's go look for gold. So we have chromium all the way around. Easy. Be easy on me. Doesn't seem like we have a lot of resources here. It's probably the wrong side of the mountain. Yep, because on the opposite side we have chromium and everything else. Key. Chromium, iron. Chromium, magnesium. Game don't like that bad, and probably I wanna see that marker on top. We're limited to 30 FPS again. Ooh, gold! Look at that. That's a good one. Okie dokie. No, I don't like this position to park. I'd prefer to park somewhere here. Can you? You can. Magnificent. Now, our gold is right about here. So we're gonna put marker on the top. Somewhere right here. Why not? And yeah, what I did find strange is that if you buried it in the ground yourself without the game generating new blocks, you're not gonna be able to weld it. Yeah, that's not good. That's not helpful, but it is as it is. Okie dokie. Antenna. We're gonna go gold mine. On. Now, light. Yeah, that might be considered... No. Yeah, that should be a gold color, I believe. Okie dokie, so let's grab some gold while we're here. It's gonna be nice to fly with our miner here, of course, with our mule, but, you know. We might grab something manually for now. I think something like 1,000 should be enough for us. Don't you think so, guys? Because, what? We need to just build that assembly. That will allow us to build more stuff. Okie dokie. That's not a smart way to fly. Key. Oh, and we need an antenna on our base, a big one. The big one. Yeah, I like this beacon's approach a lot more than GPS. Firstly, because it's outstand, and secondly, because it's not waste that space on our screen. Oh, come on. Ship, could you please? Yeah. Stop shifting. Our base looks minuscule. I mean, the part that is ready looks minuscule. Ow! Ah, yeah, of course. We don't have that connector anymore. Do we? Well, before I gonna go any further, what I wanna do is to have a short break, so let me probably grab that abomination and put it in a position like that to actually showcase that stuff that we are building. I mean, no, probably the opposite position gonna be better. Something like that. Yay. That shall do the trick, and I'll be back in a minute. Okie dokie, we are back. So, let's land and finish that stuff. Shall we? I'm not gonna touch this guy for a little while. Can I? Yeah, land something like... Come on, no. More? Yeah, something like that. That's the position that I'm looking for. Should be real good. Now, let's go weld that guy. Because gold is one of the resources that we missed for it. And here we go. Good. Yeah, of course we need a little bit more of iron to finish that. And we are really short on it, which is not good. Inventory full. Okay, what we needed is a little bit of heavy duty plates, something like 50, I believe. Shall be enough for one of containers, so heavy duty plates around 50. Is it connected to the... Yeah, it is. Okay, good. For this guy, though, we need something like 300 of nickel. Where is my nickel? 3 and a little bit of silicon. Good. Let's weld it up. Ah, no, I missed copper. I need a little bit of copper also. Something like that. Because I do wanna build it from components, not from resources anymore. Okay, let's unload all that. And that guy should provide us some stuff already. Yep. Let's start welding this guy. Now we need motors, wires, and more heavy-duty plates. Okay, let's order motors and wires. And I think we're gonna go like this and like that. Smelter, what's wrong with you? Don't you connect it? Or what? It doesn't connect it. Probably because... Nah, it should be connected. What's going on here? Oh, it has a small connection point on its bottom. No, you know, I see easier way to do it. And this way is to just go like that. Here we go, and we need some iron to weld it up. Okie dokie, now it should be okay. Is it? It is. Great. I don't think that I shall grab that for now. Okay, give me motors. Here we go. Next we need just wires and a little bit more of those. And wires we need... how much? 10 shall be enough. So we're gonna unload motors back. Come on, finish with motors and start wires already. We need that. We need those. Here we go. Yeah, that should be enough. And the rest we can grab from this guy. Nice. Big storage for us. Is it connected though? It is. Great. Great, great, great. That means that we can now get rid of both of those. Let's do something like that. Something like this. That and that. And those also. Why not? Good. Everything in one place. That makes me happy. Aha, and we need to order some steel tubes and everything else. So, something like this, and I believe something like that. Aha, we're short on copper, which is never good, so we're gonna fix that soon. But first I wanna see how those guys look. We have that symbol. Key. Key. We shall have these guys somewhere. Ouch! Easy. Don't you do it to me. I hope that this arrow gonna glow up, but it does not. That's not great. However, it might give us some interesting shape. Anyways, what other? We have only like this and only like that. Okay. We don't need it here right now. What we do need is to think about our landing pads, don't we? So, yeah, I was about to get rid of those guys. Can I connect it directly here? I probably cannot because it's a little bit displaced. That makes our job a little bit harder here. Because, you know, I can get rid of that guy, but I can get rid of this guy. I mean, cannot get rid of this guy. Alright, let's remove at least one of those. And now think about our landing pads. Okay, since that's our hangar, I think we shall go with blocks like that for the beginning. And we can go all the way here. Now, where is... Where it might be nice to put it? I think we shall try to avoid that shenanigan with our ships. And how wide we need those parking lots? That's gonna be our one side, and I think that if I miss 3 blocks, and it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, and fourth one gonna be our second side. Good. Now we can connect them like this and fill with some shenanigans. Some beautiful ones. Maybe like that. Come on. Yep, all the way to the end. Nice. The same stuff on the other side. Good. And in between, what we might do in between? If I put 2 of those on the sides, it's not gonna give us nice coverage here, or is it? No, we're gonna have this silly gap. That is not good. Or maybe I can put those and fill that stuff with something else. Like that, like this, and fill it with maybe these guys. Yeah, that might give us an interesting look here. Okay. However, what I think we might do as well is put one of those each For example, third block like that, to more like this, to more like that, this, just to break the pattern, you know. Here it's gonna look silly. Okay, what if it's gonna be each fourth block? Like that. 3 here. We're gonna miss that. Now missing these two. And do something like that. And now if we move it 1 block here, it should be perfect. Good. I like that. But to partial copy this abomination, we need to weld everything up. I mean, maybe put at least a little bit of steel plates in just to settle these blocks. We are missing steel plates. I get you bloody stuff. And we don't need those. I don't want to shovel all our resources inside of those, because that's not gonna be great. Okay, now let's weld them up completely. And now we should be able partial copy those. Like that. Put it here. There. It's interesting. Can I? No. With partial copied blocks, it's impossible to fill planes or stuff like that, which is not good. But the general look is not bad of the middle section. This part, this block I gonna miss because they're gonna be our connector. They're gonna be our connector. How I can put connector here? I think I can do something like that, something like this. And now put our connector. Where was that connector? Here it is. Suit energy low. Why it doesn't surprise me? Or I'd go different approach. Is that full block here? Like that. And finally put that connector in a correct orientation, you know. Like this, I mean. Without messing up with everything. Okay, let's grab some energy and connect our conveyor there. Should be a good stuff. Okay, so one more time. This guy gonna go down like this. Okay, we'll think how to play that around later. Okay. Now I kinda wanna forward this way. For there, we're gonna go with these guys and continue here. Actually, ah, shit. You got to be kidding me, bloody stuff. Okay, it don't wanna work like that, which means we shall go like this. And now if I put that connector right on its top, will it work? Well, it's actually... Nah, it's lower than the surface. Ah, shit. Always the same stuff. Okay, let's try to go with the thicker one. Like that. Can I put it now? I'd like to go one block higher. I'd like to go this thin block higher. I shouldn't say block in this case, I should say 25 centimeters higher, something like that. Yeah, that might be the case. Okay, let's fill these gaps. That, like this. And for these sides, we might go just with these blocks, why not? Like that. And like this. Okay, that shall give us everything we need. For that part, I think that I might wanna go with two blocks, two tubes in parallel, and that might be a beautiful approach, but we'll think about that later on, because now we need to just outline that shape. And to do that we need a lot of tubes like that, and maybe even a little bit more of those. Good. Let's go weld everything up. Not everything, just conveyors. Just conveyors, but all the way along. No, come on. Here we go. And we're running out of steel plates. That's not great. That's not... Oh, come on. That's not great. Do we have any else? Oh, and we ran out of iron. That explains. And it looks like we're not gonna have enough resources for now. Yep. We cannot finish that project, which means... nice little run for iron. Yeah, that's why I wanna have that big container, because offline I can shovel it with resources and not waste our time on stream on mining. Come on. Here we go. But for today, we're gonna go this way. We're gonna mine resources as we go. See, that's kind of balancing, always balancing on streams, because on the one hand, I don't wanna let you guys miss any interesting part. On the other hand, I wanna skip as much boring parts as possible, like these ones. Anyways. Come on. Let's grab that. Let's grab those. And more. I think we can fit something around 40 key of resources in this little ship. So that should be good. What's that? Missed part. Here we go. see more iron texture here. It doesn't mean that there are missed resources, but they might be there, you see? Game become real laggy. Here we go. A little bit more here, a little bit more there. It would be real nice. Oof, easy. We become too heavy. It would be real nice to think about a better, bigger miner, maybe even vertical one. In that case, we might save some space on thrusters, because if we don't need to tilt it, we might go with only down thrust. I mean, with only down thrust as a powerful one. Easy. Don't you stuck here. Okay, let me go and collect a little bit more of those bits and pieces that we left. Anything else here? I don't think so. Alrighty. Easy. Let's get rid of that, and now we can. Okie dokie. Let's go unload. And continue our welding. Easy. Like that. Whoa. We don't need to bump our base. Especially those not fully welded parts. Come on. Parked. Good. Now, we can firstly unload everything like that. Into our big container, obviously. Here we go. Not too much stuff in the mule, but it's gonna keep us going for a while. For a little while, you know. Oops, daisy. I forgot to grab more tubes. Don't I? Ah, yeah, I have those. That's fine. No worries. Okay, we're gonna finish this welding progress. That. Okay. More steel plates. Ouch.
Inventory full.
Suit lady disappointed with me again. Nothing new, nothing surprising. What? Construction components and electronic parts. Interesting. We don't have that. Let's order 50 electronic parts and something like 100 of construction components. While I'm gonna just scaffold these side parts, because each of those require 19 steel plates and I don't want to waste them. But I do wanna fully weld that middle part. The next thing we should think about here is lighting. But unfortunately we don't have any angled lights yet. I mean, we had that kind of 45-degree one, but it's not a spotlight, it's mostly like a floodlight, and It's not even floodlight, you know, it's just a regular thing. How I can work that around? Okay, firstly, let's weld that stuff completely. And then think about our lights. Okay, I need more of those, and I probably can get rid of these temporarily. Because now we're gonna need to weld everything here up all the way to the end. Because I wanna weld that stuff up and test it to be double sure that we are good on everything here. Almost there. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, actually, can't I grab it right here? I can.
Inventory full.
Magnificent. And it looks like we need to order more. Like 5 more 100. Good. Key. It would be nice to go mine some more copper, isn't it? These guys, that guy. I see. From here we shall weld those ones first. Good. We can weld that. We can weld all these. Nice. And let's finish with these ones. Okay-ish. Now, we shall go here and continue these guys. Because we really need all this stuff on the sides, all these catwalks, to finish that fancy and finicky middle part. Oops. I'm gonna fall down through the projection. Okie dokie. A little bit more steel plates. I finally can abandon use that backpack. Just run all the way there and here. I'd like to have a nice cargo terminal somewhere here at the end to kinda work with that. We don't have any fancy cargo terminals yet, but that doesn't mean that we cannot build it ourselves, does it? We might consider doing that next, when I finish with this project, obviously. Okay, dokie. Now, we need to weld all those. That's interesting. Maybe I can do that in this way. Well, I could if it's possible to aim like that. Well, it's kinda possible, but not that high. Yeah, we just run out of everything. Okie dokie.
Inventory full.
Wait a second. Let me firstly grab something like that. Something like that. What do you mean inventory full? At that moment it wasn't full. Okay, let's go weld our connector. Because then we might be able to grab resources from here instead of running back and forth. Shit.
Inventory
Yep.
full.
Now, come on. What prevents you from welding it? Okie dokie. That shall be better. A lot of blocks here in game has different stages. So we might consider using them as decorative stuff. The only problem with those stage ads, they are always gonna be shiny and they not gonna take any color that we trying to apply. But that might be the case. Come on, get out. And these ones.
Full.
Okay, we almost welded one side. Come on, sit. And that's welded. This welded. Yeah. This project gonna be enormous in terms of amount of welding and amount of resources we're gonna need for that. Okay, now let's weld it section by section. That... My goodness, I want a welding ship. Can I have a welding ship, Keen, please? Of course, I'd prefer to have even welding rover, but you know, I don't gonna ask for too much, and I do know that rovers is complex stuff, and we're running out of steel again. I mean, of iron. Not a good thing. Not a good thing. Maybe we shall actually go and do something like 2 trips for iron. Before continuing this project, because, you know, that's gonna take a lot of time. Oh shit. No, that's fine, sorry. It looked like I miscalculated and we have 4 blocks here, but no, we are fine. Only 3. Only 3 cells taken, as it should be. Come on. Okie dokie. The next part. And we run out of steel plates completely. Ah, shit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Alright, well, never mind. Let's go grab some more iron. Ouch. I probably should fill those gaps. Ah, no. We're not gonna have problems with that as soon as we finish with our internal parking lots. Easy. Easy, girl. Ouch. So we have a little bit more here. Yep. Now it shows somewhere here a little bit more of iron. I mean, deposits on the chemic are not bad. They are actually decent. They provide enough resources. They're not huge, but you know, they're decent enough. At least a lot better than on Verdure. Because mining resources on Verdure, it's kinda real pain in the backside. While here we can... Actually, on Verdure, it's easier to go to the space and grab resources there than actually finding them and mining on a planet. And if we had a parachutes, I mean working parachutes, we might use delivery system, kinda automated delivery system from the space to the planet, as Splitsy does in its in his Survival Impossible series. That's a real bold move. But, yeah. We don't have such stuff here yet. And by the way, parachutes is a really important part of landing on a planet. Because, you know, we've seen how it might end up with a big ship without those parachutes already. Here we go. Is it for that deposit? Looks like so, you know. Looks like we finished this deposit completely. Interesting. Alright. Which means it's gonna be nice to find the next one. But first... Ouch! Game, don't do that to me. Let's strengthen our ship. This Chiron. Landing somewhere here. Park, let me grab that stuff. Because we don't have any iron deposit here whatsoever. We're gonna move it with us. I don't think that I'm gonna switch to Salty Parrot right now to find the iron, because I think somewhere there near a silicon mine we had a bunch of iron nodes or iron deposits, so we're gonna go there and grab them. Gonna be real nice. Okie dokie, easy. Oh, here we go, the first iron. Ship, could you please stop? Thanks a lot. Now, where is that iron? Right here, good. So let's put our beacon first. Because, you know me, otherwise I'm gonna forget that completely. My goldfish is not that superior as Arthur's, but I have it. Small, nice goldfish. Okay, I'm gonna put it somewhere here to not interfere with anything else. That like this. Nice. So, antenna. Iron mine. Show it. Actually, that's gonna be a nice stuff to track how much iron we used. So I'm gonna use numbers to track that down. Now, it should be somewhere here. Let's dig a hole, but not from the side of stones. Otherwise, next time it's gonna be a huge pain in the ass when they came back. Ooh, Doom voxel. We managed to create one. Here we go. And that approach with reaching it from the side shall give us an opportunity to remove it layer by layer, which is gonna be real nice in terms of efficiency. At least I believe so. Oops. We're full. Okay, let's grab these precious bits and pieces. Only one. Okay, that works also. And now we can fly just here and up and go to our base. I really wanna replace an antenna. Can I afford a big antenna right now? I probably could. But at the same time, I think... Whoa, 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 whoa. Stop, 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 stop. Oof. That was fucking close. I should be more careful. Whew. The worst stuff of that of damaging or destroying this ship right now is that we don't have any iron on this base, so we cannot build a new one. Silly me. Okie dokie. So let's unload our... Okay, firstly our this stuff, and secondly our moo right here. And you know what, let's go grab some more of that stuff, but I wanna order more of this. Something like 1,000. Let's grab more iron while it's producing precious bits and pieces for us. Yeah, that's a lot better. That's a lot better, this approach with beacons. I like it that a lot more than GPS markers. And that's, you know, nice touch of realism also, because in reality you typically need to build some beacons to see something. Oops. See, one more missed precious stuff. Okay, dokie. Now let's get back to the business. I need a little bit down. Now let's go mine a little bit to the up. Kinda clean all these bits and pieces. Come on. That doesn't feel like our ship's happy with all these shenanigans. Okay, let's clear that place a little bit. Maybe like that, yeah. And now we can go drill this way. Kinda provide us a little bit more height here to fit our ship in confidently. Good. Now we shall be able to grab all these pieces. So, you know, I don't want to left them there. Nice. And now let's clean outer wall. Here we go. You know, I'll think about vertical miner design. I mean, you know, with these problems with drills getting crazy while trying to shovel its resources in the nearest drills, I really should think about the way to avoid that, because with these problems building vertical miner will not be an easy job. And also, yeah, I need to test something to be double sure that we actually can build it, because currently in current implementations drills are real silly in terms of the size of the hole they make, and that might be just not enough to put drills and thrusters and be able to fit in the hole created by them. Yep, that's the stuff to investigate. Oh, that's time to start breaking. Come on, come on, come on, come on, stop. Stop, you bloody bastard. Shoot! It needs almost a kilometer to stop. That's not good. That's not great. Okay, okay. Let's park brake. Let's park back, I mean. And put that stuff in our big cargo container and unload the mule there. Alrighty, what about our production? That one. Yeah, we have something to produce, and also I think I'm gonna order at least 500 of these guys, because we're gonna have a bunch of windows, you know? With that done, what I wanna do? Guess what? I wanna have a short, nice break. So let me put this guy in a hopefully some orientation that is... Ooh, I know what we're gonna do. I knew we can use easy this space and show it from inside. We're badly missing the light there. Ooh, no. Before getting for the rest, I wanna have a light here, and I have a silly idea. Silly but interesting idea how to put it. We really don't have angular lights, but what we do have is an ability to put it like that. The only thing I wanna put it in a way that I can still reach its battery. Key, I wanna put it something like that. Something like this. Is it correct orientation? It's no. It should be a little bit higher. A little bit like that. Come on. What are you doing to me? Okay, let's try like this. And on top of it, we can fit our light. Nice one, obviously. Construction components and electronic parts. Shouldn't be a huge problem for us. And now we shall be able to weld it up. Here we go. Nice angular light. Angular light. I can speak. I promise. Yay, look at that beauty. Sheesh. Okie dokie, I'll be back in a minute, folks. Okie dokie, we are back. So, let's park this guy. Yeah, this light is nice, but I like to have a second one. I'm gonna have exactly the same problem with parking. Ouch. Easy. Easy. Thanks a lot. Just in a right time. Sorry guys, I need to adjust my light because it looks like we ran out the next in a row outage and my light decided to reconfigure itself. Okay, that's better. Now, let's finish this project, shall we? I believe so. We have some storage of resources, which shall give us an opportunity to do that. Okay, okay. No, not in this view. In this view. Okay, okay. Well, then that stuff. Then I'm gonna think about the second light because that one is nice, but I'd prefer to have more. Come on, like that, like this, everything else welded. So how we can... we actually might consider building some kind of ramp here across, or it's actually tilted this way a little bit, so if we build a ramp across, it's not gonna give us nice light there. And I also would like to try to park this guy. That stuff is not great. That stuff is not great at all. And I also don't like that conveyor going on here. So we're probably gonna reconfigure it also. But first, let's get rid of those, and I wanna try to make it flush with selling here. Easy. Like that. No, not that much. Probably like this, and now we can just flash it with surface. Easy. Be easy on me. Okay, we need to get rid of that little abomination. Like that. Good. I'm not using the right mouse button because I'm afraid of removing too much here, so we'd better go slowly but confidently and remove just enough material, because you know that's voxels and they don't want to go cheaty bastard and use voxel hand to restore it if I screw up, and chances of screw up are high here. Good. Come on, a little bit more. Like that, and that last piece. Almost. Come on, let's remove it. Here we go. Good. Now we have flash stuff there. When we rebuild these conveyors, they shouldn't be on our way anymore. But I think we can make our way. So, that stuff might be a problem. But I don't want to get rid of it because it gives us nice light. And actually, wait a second, I want to park it in a different orientation. Something like that. Come on. Where is that parking position? What? Am I too high or what? Here we go. Yay. Shish. That's good. That's real good. Now, how I can work that around? I might wanna go something like that. Yeah, that should be enough height here. And we can go across. Yeah, but I need to tilt it slightly. Don't I? What? What was that? I said tilt. Why it moves it in two directions simultaneously? Okay. Tilt like that probably not gonna be enough, so let's move it like this. And now we can put it here. Go across. Yep. And if we weld it up, we might be able to put one battery on it. Small one, of course, and add more lights. So, for battery, I wanna go somewhere here. Yeah, of course. Shall we put construction components and electronic parts? That's the time when we need cargo access, but we can go like that for now. And now where are those precious lights? We might put something like that and something like this. And in this case we might even avoid of that guy. Yep, that's good. But also what I wanna do is probably put one more of those somewhere here in this orientation to kinda highlight our vehicle. That works. Do we need that third one? I don't think so. I think we can get rid of it because we don't need it anymore. Yeah, we're gonna have much better light in this case if we get rid of it. Yep. Good. That's it. That's more or less it. What I wanna do also is fix color scheme here. And to do that we need firstly... if we go with yellow... Oh, not that yellow. Definitely. This yellow. With these guys in yellow color. But these ones in a dark one. Will it look okay-ish? Well, you know, it's not that bad. Let's put it this way. So, color all those. Now we need a right color for these ones. Like that. Or maybe I really wanted them a little bit brighter, because, you know, that's kinda caution here. So we might want to have them brighter. Let's take a look from top and let's turn off our light. Yeah, I think brighter color gonna be better. Yeah, that's better. That's definitely better. Good. Okay. First parking lot looks not bad. Not bad at all. And also it's gonna be nice, of course, to weld everything here, but you know. And we have that access point. So that means that if we extend it, just a little bit here, and I think we might go like that, or we might go with these guys just to save some resources, something like that. And that's gonna be our working area for this vehicle, so I don't think that's gonna be a huge problem. Now, how can we build cargo access point? Obviously, we need a conveyor there. Something like this. Something like that. I can't say that I particularly like this view. However, if we put it like that... Let me weld that stuff first, and then we'll see how it looks. Because somehow I think it might be okay-ish. Ouch. Silly me. You know, that stuff when we used in first Space Engineers to work on freshly placed blocks. That's a
Inventory.
habit that needs time to be abandoned. But, you know, we can work that around. Okay, that stuff welded. A few more. Yep. Okay-ish. So, what do we need? We need this guy. And I think that the first thing we need to do is to put maybe a few of those, and then this guy. Ah, shit, it doesn't have... It's not an access point here, you see? It's not an access point. Or we can have an access point, and how we can do that? That's quite a question. Maybe we have... Yeah, if we put this one, it will have an access point, but... These small ones should be enough, actually, for us, for our needs here. And then we can add some pieces around it, which might be a good thought. So, let's grab some more of our tubes and weld up these conveyors. And then learn how to do that. Good. Now, on the sides, I probably want to put walls. Come on, show me. Lower. Like that. Nope. Nope, it doesn't fit. Maybe... something like that. Aha, we have 2 blocks on the sides. Okay, that explains everything. How we can work that around? We might put those. They're not gonna connect there. They're not gonna connect, which means that's not a great thought. But we might go with these guys. So if we put it something like... Come on. Why can't you put it in a correct position? Wait, you want to say that this is a correct position? Yep. And he's right. It is a correct position. The only thing is that I wanna kinda move it one block to here, because then we have enough space on sides, like that, to put our walls. To put our walls in. Something like that. Yep, something like exactly that. This. Nice. On the front, though, I wanna have one of those, and we can't feed it. Obviously. Obviously, we cannot feed it. Okay. In this case, we might wanna go with the half walls, because they might be put like that, and no, not from that point. From that point, like this. Good, and now that guy fits here perfectly, and it might also fit right here, but in this case we're not gonna have access, which is not great. However, we can replace it with bigger ones of these. And we're gonna have access in this case, but it's not beautiful. Okay, let's remove that one for now. Weld everything. Can I start from welding those blocks, please? Should be possible. Oh, come on, game. Select the right block, please, for me. Nah. Yep, like that. Now, come on. Come on. We don't have steel plates. That explains my struggles. Good. Now, if we weld those and think about filling this guy, it's more or less like that there. So what we might consider doing is putting more of this or the full blocks. That's quite a question. Let's try full blocks first. Don't wanna fit there. Okay. So, half blocks here and here. I don't think that we're gonna go with the full line there, but I do think that we're gonna go like that. Then we might do something silly like that. Then like this. Here though. Ooh, wait a second. We can probably do something like, not this one, but that one. Something like that and something like this. Nah, looks real silly. Okay. Back to this idea. Yep, no other options. I have to use these ones, unfortunately. So we're gonna go something like that, and but no, not this one, that one. Something like this. Let's weld everything, shall we? Filling those holes might be a good thought. Or it looks okay-ish like that. It probably looks okay-ish. On the back, though, we might put these guys to achieve exactly the size that we're looking for. Or now? No. I have a better idea. We can go with thinner ones and just cover it with... Where is that stuff? Here it is, but the full one. Like that. Ah, shit. It's too thin. No, that will work if we put those and add few of these guys. Yeah, and something like that orientation and something like this orientation. And now we should be able to cover it with that block. Like that, and it shall take whole thing here, and it does. Magnificent. What can I say? Okie dokie. Kinda DIY cargo terminal. What I wanna also put here is something like that. And that's not gonna be interior light. That's gonna be... Can I rename it? Yo. Yeah. That's gonna be cargo terminal light. And we can go with... something like that color. Does it look like a cargo terminal? Yeah, for me it looks like a cargo terminal. And it's gonna have that access on the top. And everything else. It's a little bit silly-ish there, but, you know. Or maybe we can complement it with something like... Ah, shit. Of course it's gonna take a full height here. Right. What if... Ouch. We go like that. Then we go something like this. And for these guys, we're obviously gonna fill them just with these guys. Or... Yep. And something like that. And something like this. Let's see how it looks when it's welded up. We're missing few construction components. And what? Wait a second, why I can't? Wait a bloody second, how is it possible? What? That stuff shouldn't be here. It should be a block lower. Like that. Here we go. And now we need just a little bit of construction components. Do we have those? I don't think so. Okay, let's order 100 more. Put this stuff in place. Yeah. That's the look I'm looking for here. Definitely. And I even don't want to cover these holes. They are okay-ish. Good. Now we can just copy this part if we need it anywhere else. And it should be great stuff. Okay-ish. With that stuff done, let's fix our problem with this conveyor. And to fix it, I wanna probably use the same approach as there, with half burying it in a in that stuff. Okay. So what does that mean? Is that stuff connected anywhere? Nope. So first we need to put these guys at least a little bit. Like that, like this, like that, like this. No worries about all these scaffoldings. I'm gonna solve that problem later on, offline. And now let's go that way. All the way here.
Suit energy low.
Suit energy low. What a nice surprise. And probably these ones also. Why not? Oh, I just realized that that's gonna be a real nice idea to put at least temporary some survival kit here, because if I end up being dead, guess where I oops, and we low on everything here. I shouldn't use this salty part anymore because it's low on hydrogen, which means we shall go find some ice soon. Oh my goodness. Everything at once. Alright. Let's start from fixing this conveyors problem. Because I'm really not happy with them sticking around here. Come on. Like that. Come on. You wanna say that I shall reload the save? Yeah, game. I'm a little bit afraid of doing that, but I see no other options. I should reload the save to solve this problem with aiming. Wait a second, why? Why I can't see these messages? Interesting. Oh, that's because that's a spam message. That explains. Wait a second, let me solve that problem real quick. Like that, and now we can continue. I just saw a message in the chat and thought like, what's going on here? And yeah, that was an automatic moderation system that actually held this message from being shown. So I made a stupid mistake. Please pressing that button to actually show it. Well, that's typical stuff. Silly me. Okie dokie. Okay, hopefully now that stuff should work properly, and we also shouldn't have any problems. Hopefully. No guarantees. Okay. Where is... What happened here? Game. I see. You don't load that stuff yet. Okay, now it's loaded. That happens time to time because game tries to, load everything at once. It can't, and then crap like that happened. Okay, we need a full container here. Like that. We need to remove all these blocks, because later on we're gonna go with those. Okie dokie, that shall be it. Let's weld it and then cover with that I believe it called scaffold, or how it's called. Wait a second, I need to know. Truss block. Yeah, we're gonna call it. We're gonna cover it with truss blocks, just as we did on top of that stuff. And that will be a good thing, because they look beautiful. Okay, all the way like that. Weld them up. Steel plates. Of course we need steel plates. What make me think that we're not gonna need steel plates? Good. Now we get to go with the same approach here. And put our conveyor instead. Shit. Like that. Weld it up, obviously. And now, we don't need that block. However, what do we need here is these guys. Like that, like this. Here gonna be our T. Yeah, let's weld those up. Now, if we replace this block with T, is it connected? All the way? Yeah, it is connected. Good. Let's put our T here. In the correct orientation, obviously. Good. Now, we're gonna get rid of this guy. Because we don't need that connection anymore. And we're gonna go just with a standard L shape here. Good. The only thing I wanna obviously cover it with this stuff. Come on, like that. And like this. And that's gonna be good, that's gonna be beautiful. Of course, we're running out of steel plates in the middle of doing that. But that's fine.
Inventory full.
Here we go. Okay, that's really not bad, and we get a little bit more height here that will allow us to fly more confidently. That makes me happy. That branch of conveyor gonna be removed later on. Yeah. Then, let's make a landing part for our salty part, shall we? Or first, wait a second, first. Let's fix it. Let's fix this salty part. Because it shall have connector on the front. Yeah, something like that, I believe. And we need to put back two of these things. Yeah, these ones here and oh, come on, and there, like that. Let's weld everything up. Missing construction components, I see, but we shall have those somewhere, don't we? We do not. Okay. Wait. That's the other annoying issue that we have in Space Engineers 1 and in Space Engineers 2, and that's the fact that the game tries to steal that block continuously. It doesn't like smelter for some unknown reason. So it tries to remove it each bloody time. And of course all the wires were inside of it, yeah? Yeah. I don't know, wires are here. Alright, at least that makes me happy. Give me some more nickel. Because we need those motors. Nice. Now, give me these guys. I meant 100 actually, but okay-ish. I don't know what happens, but when you load the save, game suddenly decides that smelter is a known block. Basically, having this mechanic welding from your backpack it's not necessary block, but you know, if I put it, I wanna have it. Yeah, I know that I'm silly. I know, but that's the way. What I was about? Yeah. Finish this guy. And if I can't reposition it just yet, and I don't wanna paint it while it's on the ground. Okay, well, because, you know, there is a high chance of painting our base instead. Okie dokie. So, let's put the second one. I'm just thinking maybe I wanna split them. I mean, make one block between of those. On the one hand, it might look nice. On the other, though, it might look silly. Alright, let's try. Why not? Why not indeed? So, we're gonna use these blocks. And we need, what, 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's go with 4 for now. For that part, we're gonna make it the same exact length, like that. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here, exactly. And nope, not like that. But like this instead. And yep, that's gonna be it. Yeah, shish. Okay, now the same exact approach that we had there with these guys on the sides kinda provided an industrial look, you know, like that. That shall keep it in place. And now we can go with our walls on each force block like that. Skipping 3. What? Game? Thanks a lot. Skipping 3. Yep. Just one right there. Good. Now we obviously need to copy the abomination, I mean, and it's actually gonna be even colored properly. Oops, not the stuff I'm looking for. Like that, good. So let's put it here, one more here. No, I don't want this block popping around each time. Okay. Come on. Yep. Ouch. Say it, Control V, not just V. Good. Yeah, Control. That is a magnificent feature when you screw up like I did just recently. Good, and the last one. Great. Now, yeah, the last one. What about our connector? Don't we need it? I think we do need it. For this part, though, I think we can connect it. Something like that. Yeah, that's gonna be nice. And something like this. Oh, hey Arthur. Yep, I'm having a lot of fun with this cave. What about you? Are you having fun? Are you having a nice day today? Suit energy low. That's kinda a surprise. Okay, let's grab some energy and then put that conveyor and connector and everything else. And my health is not full, which returns us to the question of survival kit. But you know me, and I am not gonna bother with that yet. Okie dokie. You know what? I think that's the time to bring the second tube here. Yep, why not? Is it connected? It is connected. Good. So let's remove that. Replace it with a full block like this. Come on. We don't have enough steel tubes, do we? Yep. And also, I wanna... we have that part there, good. So, where is that silly idea? We're gonna go with two tubes here. Oh, come on, let me out, let me out, don't stuck there. Good. First we stuck again. Welding it, there might be a really interesting thought. Okie dokie, and now we can go even in a more interesting approach here, because we can put this guy to go there while that guy will go on the opposite side. Yep, I'm gonna show you what I mean in a second. Like that. Also, come on. No, not this one. Like this. Okay, let's move it all the way to here, probably. And now look at that. Doesn't that look sick? Two conveyors on each sides, and well, when we weld it up, we're gonna have that nice green lines all the way along from both sides. Another lazy day in the middle of summer storm. I hope you're all right with your internet connection and everything else that you typically have problems during the storms. Okay, I wanna just copy that part. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go Control P, we're gonna grab this guy and we're gonna select everything across. And there was what? One fat block and one thin one. Okay. Which means that here we're gonna turn both of those like that, and like, actually no, that's not the way we're gonna go. We're gonna go with boss T there, and now put, we don't need that, we can go just with T here also. Ah shit. Like that, and now one thick one and one thin one. And now put this guy. Oh, come on. Yep. Like that. Magnificent. And the only stuff we shall go further with is these guys, like there, and like there. Now put them like this, and we're gonna go with T, which means we need to do something like that. Good. What do we have here in terms of these blocks? So 2 thick ones and yeah, only 2 thick ones. Good. This one, yep. 1, 2, and then we're gonna just copy that. Why shouldn't we, huh? Okay, and to copy it, I'm gonna go like that. I'm gonna go all the way, no, not all the way, but like this, and like that. And now if we turn like this, I can go and that. Good. That's gonna be real good stuff. Ah, come on. Let me put it there. Yeah. Here we go. The second cargo terminal. Isn't that great? I believe it is. Well, the only stuff left is to weld everything up. But I don't think that we have enough resources, to be honest. So let's just start and see how it turns up. Obviously, I'm gonna just scaffold these blocks because, yeah, I'll work with them later on. But the connection is good only. The TV reception is a bit broken by heavy rain. Well, yeah. Can get that. But why you need TV if you have our stream? Why you need TV? And also, why you need TV in general if you have stuff like YouTube and stuff like that? Why consume something that mass media trying to shovel down your throat when you can select what to watch and what to know? Alrighty, I'm gonna weld these guys fully. Just because, you know, we need it. What I really missing here is those thin plates that we have in Space Engineers 1 that allow us to decorate blocks. Let's use our cargo terminal instead. Well, but you're desperately trying further and further, yeah, Arthur? That's what you're trying to say. Okie dokie. And now it's time to weld everything here up. And of course I'm gonna go with my silly approach. Just because I like it. Yeah, that's gonna be real nice to weld down those conveyors on but you know me. I might do it in a very last moment. What I wanna do also is probably weld these guys, because that's gonna simplify our job a lot later on. So we run out of steel plates. Okie dokie.
Inventory
A little bit
full.
more of those. Ah. Yeah, we should think about this part of our base. Because firstly, that slope gonna be on our way of getting to the parking spots, and secondly, it just looks silly because that part should be flat. But I'm kind of worried that if I clean it, if I make it flat, I can do that, no doubts. But then this part, I will need to fix this slope to... Oh, yes, something to experiment with first before doing that here, because I really don't want to screw up this cave. I really like how it looks right now. But I also realize that sooner or later I'll have to actually do something with that. Because, you know... Come on. Okay, I see. It don't want to give me to weld it from the third-person view. So... It looks like I have to do that like that. Okay, that stuff welded. Now, ouch, we need to weld this one. You know what, I think we shall go to our conveyor stuff. Here, unfortunately, we can weld it from this part also, not a big deal. If I can aim on this wall, of course. Like that. And we run out of steel plates. Oh, actually, I can use that access point, why not?
Inventory full.
Okie dokie. Radish. Something like that, something like this. Hold up everything of those. Yeah, I see. To weld those guys, we need... What? So we actually should have one more. Or I just put it in an incorrect position, and I did. Or actually, that's a correct position. Yeah, that's a correct position. That one is lowered one small block, which is not great. Let me fix that real quick. Here. So we need just a thick plate, I mean a thin plate here, like that, and that will solve our problem. Okay, it's really about time to weld conveyor to kind of provide an access there. So what are we missing for our conveyor? I believe these guys, or not. No, we actually have tubes, so let's maybe order a little bit more of those. Okay, and now we should be able to start from this conveyor. Because welding it later gonna be a huge problem. There's gonna be a huge chance to stuck somewhere here. So I'd better weld it right now. Now that guy. The same exact approach, and of course we're missing steel tubes. Let me grab it from here.
Inventory full.
And we need a little bit of energy, don't we? Let me weld it at least to the turning point, and then we can grab some energy. Come on. That wasn't a smart move. Here we go like that. Okie dokie. And now we need steel tubes, which I ordered, I believe. Yeah, I did. Good. I don't think that I gonna put something in between of these conveyors. I might eventually do that, but I just don't think that I gonna do that soon. That stuff takes some space that it shouldn't take. We have nice stockpile of those resources yet, of our steel plates, which is good, and yeah, that's about time to grab some energy. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Game, be easy on me. Okie dokie. And also that's about time to get a little bit of rest. But before doing that, I wanna put lights here. One or even two more. Exactly. Like that. Yeah, that looks alrightish. And where was they? Aha, I see. Okie dokie. Now, I need these guys back.
Inventory full.
Okie dokie. Where is those guys? They should be put right there and there. I see. So it should be somewhere right, like here and like here, I believe. Or not? No. There and there. Yep. And the second one, the third one, I mean, right there. Good. Let's build them up. Like this. And like that. Yay. Shish. Actually, I might just do something like that. Put this block here. Weld it a little bit. Stand on it and take a magnificent view here. And I'll be back in a minute, folks. Okie, I'm back, which means we can continue our welding. Okie dokie. So, yeah, I worked on that stuff first. Our conveyors first and everything else later. Building at scale, unfortunately, require a lot of welding. Might be not that exciting, but something that shall be done. But come on, game, don't even think of playing that dirty tricks on me again.
Inventory full.
Okie dokie. I'm looking forward to have a water here because I definitely gonna build a base with a nice pool in it. That will be real beautiful stuff. Hopefully we'll have an option to transport it. Actually, based on testing of our guys of other guys that I've seen, that's definitely gonna be possible to transfer water. We might need to build special ships for that, of course, but you know, that's will be just magnificent. What might be interesting also is that we might have to actually move water from Verdure to Kamek to do that. That will be a project. You know, build a huge water ship that will fill on Verdure, move to Kamek, and bring some water. Yeah, almost. Okay, I see we need to order some more. I mean, something like 500 for now. Gonna be it. Okie dokie. Now that tiny space here. Come on, game. Let me weld everything up. We really need it. Alrighty-ish. Actually, why can't I fly just like that? Okay, and now we need to weld those. All of these. Here we go. And all these shenanigans on the corners. Good. And I think that I missed a few more blocks, didn't I? I did. Ah, one more steel plate. Just as always.
Inventory full.
Okie dokie. Where was I? Aha. I was about to finish this welding first. And obviously we need to weld all that. We need more construction components and electronic parts. Okay. Not a big deal. Nice. Now it's gonna be nice to unload everything we don't need here and fill the inventory with a nice amount of steel plates to continue welding that stuff. Firstly, of course, I want to fill that guy out all the way around. Like that. Then we might go from this side Yeah, of course we need to weld those first. Okay. We can go block by block here and just weld it up. Like that. Now fill this gap. Weld those. Sorry, I might weld all of that offline, but I really want to see how it will look with everything welded. So I just... and we run out of iron, just as always. Which means we'll have to go and grab some more of it. Looks like we're gonna have a lot of iron. We're gonna need a lot of iron here. And in between of episodes, I probably will go and mine something like 200,000 or something like that, to just keep us stockpiled while we're working here. Time to get some resources. Okay, let's go. But stop doing that. Okay, flying here become a lot more easier. Oh, and I shall weld these guys completely because they're barely seen, and there is a huge chance for me to run into them. Okay, it's night, so it's really about time for us to check how our beacon work. Beacons. So we have nice iron mark here, which shall help us to not crash our vehicle. Yep, and we even can see that light, which is magnificent. Now, where is our entrance? Here it is. Good. Yeah, some additional complexity, but I like it. And of course I need to grab that one first. Some additional complexity of these beacons, but I like it. Because that gives us some realism look and feel. Okay, some more rests here. Bits and pieces. Okie dokie. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. Scratching my new... It's... Okay, let's be honest here. This ship is not even close to being new already, but, you know. Still don't want to damage it. What I probably should develop a habit of doing at the end of each episode is to create a blueprints of everything. Ships, bases, because if King drop new update, they kind of warned us ahead that they might rebuild the planets, and then all the stuff become invalid, all the saves become invalid. Of course, you can switch to the previous version, but you know me. I wanna have all the newest stuff in game, so I'd better create a blueprint and then put them to kinda restore that save. It looks like we finished with this deposit. And finding the new one gonna be not that easy. Okay, let's grind down this guy. Because now we need to reposition our beacon. Here we go. And let's look around for some more iron. It was seen right near that silicon deposit, I believe. Somewhere maybe in this direction. I'm almost sure that I've seen few iron nodes here. Oh, yeah. We have it somewhere here. Hopefully that's a node, not a boulder, because boulders contain just a little bit of iron. Let me actually drill in first and make sure that that's a deposit. And then I'll put that beacon. Yep, that is a deposit. Which is just magnificent. Let's actually fill our ship first. And then, before getting back to the base, we'll put a beacon here. I don't think that one lot of this ship gonna be enough to finish our project, to finish our base. But, you know, I'm gonna move further this way. Ouch, ouch, ouchie. Easy game, easy, don't do that to me. Okay, I wanna left it right here. Now, grab that stuff. And put our beacon. No, it's gonna be like that. It's gonna be like this. And just weld it up. Here we go. That stuff, this stuff, and configure it. Iron mine 3 in this case. Interior light gonna go red and maximum brightness. Good. Okay, let's go back to our base, shall we? Okay, I should start braking at something like 1.5 kilometers, I believe, to be safe. Okay, brakes engaged. In this case, we stopped ahead of that stuff. Easy. We missing light on an entrance, definitely, because it's hard to see it. But before putting it down, I kinda wanna figure out how it's gonna look, our entrance. Here we go. We can park it there for now. My goodness. Of course I'm gonna fall. Does it surprises you? Because it shouldn't. Okay, let's unload our mule. I know that our production can actually grab resources directly from the mule, but, you know, I just like to unload it. Okay, let's grab that and weld up these parts. Just to be consistent. And to actually see these borders. Oh, they had the light elements in them. That might help us to clearly see where is our base. That stuff gonna go here. Yep, weld it up. Like that. Yeah, shish. Looks good. Let's weld the opposite one. And when we get rid of these parking spots, we can actually remove these conveyors and be good. Wait a second. Didn't I have any more? Yeah, I need to order something like 1,000 more, I believe. 5, 6, 700, 8, 9, 10, good. Okay. Let's build up everything. That stuff required just an enormous amount of steel plates. Okay, now we're gonna see what's going on there. Nice, that's real nice. And let's continue our welding here. Nice. One. Oh, no, one more. Or even 2 more, why not? And now we can switch to these ones. I might consider changing the color of these middle parts to the yellow because, you know, I like how it looks with these blocks because we have a lot of yellow and with those nice details in black. But with these guys, they become completely black when we are using them like this. So we might check it out a little bit later when I finish with welding. Because I believe they also have some uncolorable details that might look nice. That might they might provide us with additional details on these blocks. And that's exactly why we like to do that. Why we like to use these blocks, I mean complex blocks, not just flat armor, because we shouldn't actually be worried about details in this case, because they are full with nice little details. Blocks and a hull. Come on. Yep. Come on. Okay, the last section left. Only one section left. And now these guys. And of course we need a little bit more of steel plates.
Inventory full.
I love seeing these lights on the floor when I'm running. Beautiful. That's a beautiful touch. Here we go. Come on. Yep. Okie dokie, the second stuff ready. Let's try to reposition our... shit, we can't reposition our salty parrot because it doesn't have enough fuel. In this case, we shall go look for ice. Or how much fuel it have? Come on. 8%. That shall be enough, of course, to park there, but... you know what? You know me. I'm gonna do it anyway. Ouch, ouchie, ouchie. What we end up hitting? Probably that conveyor on the top. because this guy is real big. Okay, can I feed it backward? Should be able to do that. Easy. Nope. Strengthening it, and are we parked? Nope. Why? Because it doesn't fit. Okay, that explains. No, don't you do that. Let's turn you like that while we not run out of fuel. Yeah, I probably need to move these guys one block further. That will solve the trick for us. Here we go, parked. Okie dokie. Yeah, I don't like that it actually turned with its backside to us, but you know. Okay, let's repark this guy and start thinking about that passage that we have to have here. Just about its form. Here we go. Ouch. Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. Park, please. Nice. We are parked here. But before thinking about that, what I might do and what gonna be nice thing to do here is to put some guardrails. Because knowing me, I definitely gonna fall down this hole a lot of times. I wanna put them like this and the same stuff on the opposite side. Like that, all the way along. We're gonna need a bunch of steel tubes for it. And also, I think what I might do here is... yeah, something like this. Just to kind of provide a way down. Yep, that might be good thought. And we cannot go through these conveyors, of course, but we're gonna think about it later. Don't say that you're stuck. No, he does not. He's good. Okie dokie. Oof. What a beautiful, beautiful light falling down here. That's why I wanna have a lot of glass here to provide this light to still be able to lighten up stuff inside. That's gonna be nice. That's gonna be nice. Okay, we need all the steel tubes we have, and we don't have a bunch of them, do we? Nope. And it looks like because I ordered a lot of those, we ran out of steel already. Okay, let me order these ones. Something like 500, I think gonna be enough. And guess what? Let's go grab some more iron. I might go through this hole, of course, but I kinda wanna use the proper one. Just to be double sure that we're alright. So, let's drain our third iron mine, shall we? Ish. Stop. Here we go. I think we might go a little bit higher to clean its ceiling first. Gonna be nice stuff to do. Because later on I will not be worried about that. Good. And it feels like we have a little bit more on this Sticking stuff. Okay, okay. Now, that stuff... Nice deposit, though. We're just finishing the first layer, and that's the second lot already. So, yep, that's the good one. And if this tendency will be here further, it looks like game designer believes that we need to first learn all our... Where are those bits and pieces? No, we doesn't left anything. That game designer believes that we need to explore the whole system first and then start building some shenanigans. Because, you know, on Verdure we really limited our resources. I mean, those deposits are just minuscule. Here on Kamek, we have bigger, nicer deposits, but not for all resources. For some resources like gold, chromium, and stuff like that, they're also minuscule. You might think that you don't need too much of those resources, but as we learned with our ship, actually you might, I mean with our big ship, actually you might need a lot of them. So what I think going on here is that we're gonna have a lot more resources later. We're gonna need a lot more resources later, and we're gonna have them in nice amounts only on the latest planets. Latest, farthest planets. Yeah. I think it's kinda designed to be like that. Okay. And if you disagree with any statements I put you up here, let me know. I'd like to discuss that. However, for me, currently, it looks exactly like that. Come on. Oh shit, we really need a lot of bloody steel tubes. All the way around. Do we have anything anywhere else? Nah, doesn't seem so. Definitely gonna need more. I think I'm gonna up it to something like 1,000. Because, yeah, those blocks require a lot of steel tubes. I mean, 23 steel tubes on each one, which means we need 100 for 4 guardrails or handrails. Wait a second. Is that my graphics card problems or what? It looks kinda pixelated or dotted. I can't get. Especially on those shiny parts. Alright, maybe that's just my view of that stuff. Alright. That might be just my thing. Okay. What we're looking for here. Yep. And actually, I really like using conveyors instead of storage boxes to access inventories, because we're not gonna have additional useless storages. Small ones that you typically fill with resources accidentally. I probably love to see all the stuff separated. I mean, connectors they currently have inventory in Space Engineers 2, but I probably would love to see that changed, because that will allow us to make our bases a lot more clear in terms of inventories. Because now look at that, we have a lot of stuff here, and that might be real hard to navigate through it. However, if we'll deliberately place storage and conveyors separately and connectors separately and stuff like that, it will solve this problem a lot for us. Because bases will become real nice, real beautiful, and real useful. At least I believe so. Steel tubes. Here we go. Now, I really should think about having survival kit here, but I don't want to design the next level of the base right now, just because it's gonna take a lot of time, and we don't have a lot of time here, and I'd like to have it already. So I might temporarily put it somewhere here. Let's take a look where we had it. Yeah, here it is. Just as a temporary measure. Nah, we need something like that first. Yep. And now we're gonna put it right here. Yeah, why not? Okay, we need some steel plates, motors, and electronic parts. Okay. Electronic parts, motors, and steel plates. Now let's register here. Here we go. Good. Next stuff. I wanna color these guys to make them nice and bright. And provide a little bit more accent color here. That shall do the trick. And something like this also. Nice. And the leather, of course. Good. That give us some nice accent color there. I'm not gonna weld all of that stuff right now. I'm gonna do that offline. However, what I wanna do is to plan that middle section. Kinda design how it gonna look. Let's figure out where is the middle point here. We have that line on the second block, so not on this one, but on that one instead. That's gonna be a middle line, and not middle line, but side line. And we definitely need to get rid of some material here, because that's not gonna be great. And also what I don't like is that we have even number of blocks in between, or not. Wait a second. Ah no, that's fine, we have 5. We have 5, and that's actually good, because what I wanna do here probably, yeah, is to put one of those, not like that, but like that instead. Wait a second, is it? Yeah, it is connected correctly. And then make a little nice dip here. No. Like that, all the way through. Yeah, let's put it like this for now. And do something like that. That might give us nice kind of feeling and break off everything around. Then for these sides, we might go with some approach like that, probably on one side, and that on the opposite side. I definitely don't like this stuff sticking around here. How to fill this stuff in the middle? We might go with these guys, but I don't wanna overuse them. Ooh, we might, however, go like that. And then like this. And then, where is our walls? And I mean half walls, of course. Something like that might be an interesting view. Yep. That looks okay-ish, Ima. And we might actually do something like, for example, that, and fill this middle part is guys like this, like that, like this, like that, and like this, which give us interesting view. But actually we might go with thicker ones, with these ones. Interesting view, but fairly easy to walk surface. Because if we wanna walk on it, we can go like that and stuff like this. If we drop in this hole though... Alright, we'll think about that later. For now, I just like this approach and I'm probably gonna weld it like that. But the last 20 minutes of this stream episode I wanna spend trying to cover that stuff. Because, you know, I obviously don't wanna make it square and continue like that there and just like just 90-degree corner here and go this way. I wanna have a nice slope. But considering we have that 30-degree slope here, it might be fairly challenging. But let's try, shall we? Let's imagine that we wanna put glass all the way here. Where's our glass? OBS, what's going on? I mean, OBS or internet, what's going on here? It looks fine. Probably some temporary glitch. At least I hope so. Sorry guys for that. Okay, we might go like that. And then... yeah, we have opposite one. That might be put... Come on. It should be put like right here. Yep. And then like this. And then like... Come on. Oh. Why are you that silly? That. Like this. No. Like that. it might look a little bit strange from inside because of these little angles that are missing, but in general it looks good. At least I think so. It looks real good. Let's probably continue that stuff just a little bit more. I'm not gonna hold that stuff with it just because I don't want to waste time. However, I think I'm gonna do that offline. If I stop placing block in a wrong position, it might help a lot. This. Yep. Like that. Like this. Everything correct so far, isn't it? It is. This and probably the last one for now. Like that. Good. Now, how to fill that bottom stuff? Can I fill it with these blocks? Should be possible, yeah? Come on. Something like that. Then there should be this guy here. Something like this will give us nice thick pin there. Okay. Now you should go like this probably. And while here we should cover it with something like that, then something like this, or not. Yeah, exactly. No, not like that, but like this instead. And yep, probably. What about... Okay, we can go further like this. And is it the correct block? I don't think so. I think we're gonna look for this one in this orientation, like that and like this. Yeah, that's the block's shape we're looking for here. Obviously, we can just go like that. That, like this. Now, game, could you please stop turning them? That's not bad, but I don't like that it's moved half block there, so that's probably not the way we're looking for. Because it should be placed in a different order to kind of match these windows. What I mean saying that, you see, now it matched the window, and we can go further like that. Just fill in those corners later on, hopefully. Can we fill those corners? We shall be able to do that. Come on. Yeah, like that, like this, and so on and so forth. Why I do like to do that is because we can have some interesting shapes here. Okay, let me grab some energy real quick. What I mean saying interesting shape. is that having the whole line of windows might look silly, considering we're talking about outer planets with its own atmosphere and probably some storms later on, stuff like that. So it's gonna be nice to have some strengthening elements around. And saying that, I mean, let me continue that magnificent stuff that we have done already, like that. Like this. I want to continue it because it's gonna keep all our stuff in place. Okie dokie. Now, what if I wanna have, instead of these two windows, what if I wanna have some strengthening element? Can I have it here? If I put this guy, actually I shouldn't start with the small blocks. I should start with the large ones. So can I fit it here? No, this block not gonna fit there. Which one in this case gonna fit? Maybe this one. Yeah, this one shall be good, like that. And now we can use this guy here. Then we might consider using this guy and just cover it with that small one. And here we go. We have a strengthening element like that. And we can, for example, continue it right here, the next one, and then, I mean, we're gonna have 3 blocks of windows that creep here, 3 more of windows, 1 more, and stuff like that, and that will be beautiful. Now, let's finish that bottom part. Bottom part we wanna finish indeed, but how we can do that? Something like that, probably. Then something like this, that, and that. Good. From inside we might cover it with these blocks. Yep, exactly. Like that, like this. And so on and so forth. Good. That actually makes a fairly interesting view here. Yep. Yeah, of course we need to put 1 more here, just to be consistent. Then, that's a 45-degree angle, but unfortunately, we don't have these blocks sliced in half like that. I might create it from smaller blocks, but I kinda don't wanna do that, because that will look as silly as it could. Wait a second. I think I know which block might help us. If we put something like that, then if we go something like this, can I put it here like that? Yeah, it should be possible, and it shouldn't interfere with that block because it's actually 25 centimeters lower. And then we can build... It's gonna be too thin, isn't it? Too thin. Yeah, definitely. Let's go 1 block further. And now we can actually Yeah, go like that. Then like this. And then return to the full one, like that. And that will give us an interesting shape here. Because later on, let me put few more modules like that. So, 1. Two, and let's say the third one. That and like this. Yep, and later on we can add something like these guys, but just like that here. And there we need those ones. Can I? Yep. We definitely cannot just put the whole line, just because it unfortunately doesn't work like that. Oops, in this orientation. But we're gonna have real nice balcony here. I mean, wide and easy to walk. And we even might think of adding some decorations here later on, like maybe some chairs like that to enjoy the view. Yeah, that's gonna be nice, but we're gonna think about that later. For now, though, I'm gonna wrap up this episode. But I enjoyed building this base so much that I actually gonna probably set up additional session this Friday. So the day after tomorrow, yeah, that's gonna be it. Well, in this case, don't miss it, because till that time I'm gonna weld everything up, finish this line, finish that line, maybe weld up that stuff. I'm not gonna remove any material, any voxels with audio, because I wanna show you how it actually goes. I just wanna make few tests with voxels on a separate copy. And yep, that's the plan. Don't miss the next episode. Don't miss it. That's gonna be just something amazing. And we're not gonna waste any more time mining, because we have a nice big container and I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna fill it with everything. Maybe find some ice for our parrot, maybe not, we'll see. Anyways, thanks a lot for being here. Thanks a lot for bearing with me, and we'll see you next time. And thanks, Arthur. I'm happy that you like this base. I mean, the scaffold of this base. Have an amazing rest of your day, guys. Bye bye.